Steve-O had turned a talent for stunts into worldwide success. But after the death of his mother in 2003, his personal and professional lives began to crumble. After 2 blockbuster films, the 6-year-old Jackass franchise was seemingly done, and Steve-O's attempt to rebrand himself as a comedic rapper ended in failure.
Steve-O was stressing about what's next. He just didn't have a plan.
Which is a good reason for a drug addict to go do a bunch of drugs.
And that's exactly what Steve-O did.
He got on the coke and even worse stuff.
He's doing like the gnarliest drugs, PCP, nitrous, cocaine.
He had it down to a science where he could squeeze nitrous out of one and within 10 seconds, pop that cartridge out and have another one in and do it again.
He's doing like 600 nitrous little vials a day. It's just a wreck.
I remember looking at this desk with all this drugs on it and just thinking, I can't keep this up. I'm killing myself. I'm going to die. And I thought, I don't care if I die.
He wasn't the same Steve-O. Steve-O wasn't there. He was just gone.
I started hearing voices and hallucinating, all kinds of crazy stuff happening. It came to the point where people were walking around my apartment that were hallucinations.
Where the f*** did that come from, dude?
Desperate, Steve-O's family tried to intervene.
The moment that I strayed into his personal life and his drug consumption, he slammed the door in my face.
And Dad and Cindy, if you don't see that it's perfectly fine and more than half full, then you're gonna find out that it gets broken!
It was so excruciatingly hard to be so powerless. Steve just saw us as the enemy.
Deal with it!
Rejecting help from friends and family, Steve-O grew even more volatile.
I'm in the zone! Get it out!
I had this neighbor.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I just spit on you!
I declared war on this poor bastard.
I hate my neighbor! Block it! That's what gangsters do.
When he called the cops, it took Steve to another level.
Hey, neighbor, man!
Where it was diabolical.
Hey, what does it say in the Bible? Be good to thy neighbor!
Then on March 3rd, 2008, Steve-O took it too far.
I wound up pounding a hole through the wall between our apartments.
Coming to get you. There's a cotton candy.
I got a phone call from him. He said, I'm standing in my living room and I can see his kitchen.
Once again, the police stepped in.
So the cops are knocking on a door and Steve hides a camera somewhere.
Yeah.
Dude, sorry to scare me like that, man.
So he can get footage of himself getting arrested.
Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to come on right in.
For safety, put the cigarette.
Okay, for sure. Absolutely.
You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
And not at all.
After a night in lockup, Steve-O posted bail and returned home. But an eviction notice on his door gave him just 3 days to move out. That night, he sent an email to friends and family detailing one final act of insanity before leaving his apartment.
I wanted to ride a motorcycle through my living room, off a ramp, out a sliding glass door, and onto the roof of a building next door.
Okay, this is where I'm jumping out.
It was maybe 10 feet between 2 buildings.
He was talking about just jumping out his window and landing on the pavement, 40 feet below.
You know, he wanted all his guys from Jackass, Johnny Knoxville, and everybody to be there to film it.
I promised that if they did not come, that I was going to splatter myself on the sidewalk. I ended the email saying, I am ready to die.
Johnny Knoxville was so worried, he sought out Steve-O's friend, addiction specialist, Dr. Drew Pinsky.
This was somebody who was clearly what we call holdable, which is you can hold somebody against their will for 72 hours in a psychiatric hospital.
Screw you.
Get some duct tape, get a bunch of guys, do whatever you got to do to subdue him and take him to this emergency room.
Useless. See this?
On March 8th, 2008, the Jackass team executed a plan of attack.
Johnny and Jeff Tremaine asked me to tell Steve that they're all coming over to be ready to do the stunt. And, you know, they're going to bring the cameras.
Me and Big Reg are going to be back by the door. In case he beeline for the door, we're going to grab him.
We're going to throw him in the truck if he doesn't go willingly.
When the guys showed up, they didn't have any cameras, and that kind of tipped me off that something was up.
And I said, Steve-O, actually, we're not going to film today, buddy. We're here to take you to the hospital.
And Steve-O just thought it was funny to keep documenting this. And Knoxville just grabbed the camera and threw it, down, and that was it.
Oh, man. Keep that rolling, Debbie.
No. I've never seen Johnny Knoxville look this pissed.
They told me that they were going to bring me in to the hospital for a 72-hour evaluation. And initially I was defiant. I told him I was fine. I didn't want to go.
I said, actually, Steve-O, I realize you don't want to go, but if you're telling us no, I've instructed everyone to knock you out, and then we'll take you. He's like, okay, dude, I'll go. Just on a dime. He's not a very violent person.
That afternoon, the Jackass crew escorted Steve-O to the psychiatric ward at Cedars-Sinai Hospital. Steve-O had been pulled back from the brink of suicide, but now he faced the most challenging stunt of his life: getting sober.